Everybody has a podcast.
God. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the show. It is another Monday night, and it is 9:34 exactly on the dot. Hope all of you guys had a great weekend out there, and let's get into some crazy shit on the show this evening, everyone.
Hey, Wiggy, take out the trash!
Crazy shit. Let's start it. Grant Mills, I'm excited. Hope all of you out there in a podcast universe had a great weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Disappointing on some levels. I think we know what we're hinting at, but otherwise, it's Monday, 9:34 still. Talking to Grant Mills, host here. So what's crazy about your weekend? Or what's crazy about the show tonight, Grant Mills? I'm feeling it tonight. There's a good vibe in the air.
I got about 8 balls of cocaine and some wild Irish rose. Just
You know
playing.
what? That is wacky. And we talked last week, right, about Jimmy Buffett passing away. I think we hit on that. God, it seems like it just happened yesterday, but he must have been. He was more popular than I realized. But what I thought about was crazy is Frank Fritz still lives.
Isn't he all fucked up though, or is he any better yet?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this mystery out. It seems like he's kind of in hiding. Well, I don't know if he's in hiding by choice. I think, but people are saying he's improving daily. So he's walking again, apparently. So Frank Fritz, after a stroke left the right side of the star's body paralyzed, is improving daily.
All right. How was your weekend? What did you do?
Weekend was good up until Saturday night for the Bama game. But other than that, I'm not going to rest on that. Pretty good. Got in a little walking, a little exercise, kind of moved around, enjoyed the last bit of I say last bit of this warm weather. I think it's going to keep permeating through and boiling us. It's hot as fuck. But yeah, a good weekend, honestly, man. Nice and relaxing, chilled. I traveled last week. I got a beach day in Friday morning, though. I think I hit you up on that or messaged you. But yeah, last minute work trip came up last week. So had a long drive day Wednesday. And went in. I'm sorry, my days are messed up. Went in Thursday. That was my drive day. See, this is what happens. And I left early and I did work. Got to the beach that night at 10, cracked open a cold beer and chilled for a minute. Ordered a pizza by myself. Went to bed, got up super early so I could finish work before I drove home. But yeah, I had about 2 or 3 hours at the beach and to chill. So unexpected work out of town, but it took a nice turn. So how about yourself?
Boobs.
See any blood titties? No,
Her boobs. Her boobs. Not your boobs. I want you to have boobs.
Oh God, I don't yet.
You got nasty.
Oh Lord, I got chabum flaps.
Man boobs, baby.
Gotta have a spouse bra to keep a move. No, you know what? It was beautiful because there was literally nobody out on the beach that night, and I'm talking nobody. I looked left, I looked right, 10 o'clock at night. Nobody walking up and down the beach. No kids trying to catch crabs in those little ass nets. Nothing. And then that morning I got up. A few people. I mean, and when I say few, I mean 5. And when I say 5, I mean up the whole stretch of beach. So I had a whole swath to myself. And the water was warm too. You remember we had gone earlier for a crew conference down there this year, and the water was chilly. Man, it was super, super warm. So it was a nice little, I wish it lasted longer. I don't think it was worth 15-hour driving and 6 hours of work to spend 3 hours at the beach. But hey, you know what? Silver linings.
Hey man, fuck it. Guess who's in the house?
What's up?
What to do is.
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
How was your weekend there, you stupid ass?
I'm gonna disregard that fucking insulting shit you just said, but I'm like, it's pretty good. I mean, baby was smooching all weekend, and I'm just in love.
Ooh, God, you disgust me.
Look, don't player hate a player in the game, yeah.
Well, how are you a player if you're in love with one bitch?
You shut up about shit.
You just never make any fucking sense. I'm gonna slap the shit out of you next time I see you.
You couldn't know shit. I know Jeet Kune Do Do Kung Ching Kung Fu.
You're an idiot. So my weekend wasn't that great. I think I had COVID this weekend. I was sick since Thursday. So I took off Friday. I haven't even left the fucking house.
Damn.
So yeah, pretty not fun.
How you feeling now? Good, better?
Not really. I mean, I don't have a sore throat anymore. And my head is feeling a little bit better. But not all the way. It's still got that weird feeling you get in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody had that. I had it 2 weeks ago, and I think I mentioned it on the podcast. And it didn't come back as COVID; it came back as a different virus. The name.
Oh, really? So you got tested for it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because my daughter had it, and she got tested, and there was no COVID. And I got tested. Enterovirus, which is basically like a version of the common cold. But I had the same shit. My throat was on fire and swollen. Yeah. Hers was too. I felt just your head hurt like a motherfucker. Body hurt.
Nasal shit a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Like it felt like a bad cold, but like It almost felt like the flu and a cold, which I
Mhm.
know sometimes people think they interchangeable and shit, but for me, I can tell the difference. But I haven't had the flu in God ages, but it felt like that. They gave me a steroid shot and I felt a lot better. But no, it's been going around. I know people say that, but I'm talking in schools. Everybody's had it. There's been kids sick as a motherfucker. They were talking about doing mass bullshit again. That's not gonna
Oh,
fly.
fuck that. No.
No,
Second.
but yeah, and unfortunately, they said. For her, they couldn't do anything. She's too young to get a steroid shot. But me, they gave me a steroid shot. And about 2 or 3 days later, I felt better. But that general malaise or whatever they call it, where you just fucking don't want to do shit. I
Well,
had
it was
that.
at the end of Thursday. You get that feeling. You're not
Yep.
sick, but you got that feeling. It's like it's very slight throat tinge or something, but you're not sick yet. But you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna be sick tomorrow. You know that feeling?
Right. It's
That's
tough.
what I got up on Thursday. At the end of Thursday, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the store and get some soup and Jello and stuff because I know I'm gonna be fucked up. Then the next day, I was kind of sick, but not really. And then I thought I was feeling better. And then the next day, man, I was like, oh, it was bad. And kind of just wrote it out. And today was, I still had the head shit going on today, and it's a little bit better, but man, I'm still not feeling all the way right. I still got some nasal stuff too, Uh, so hopefully we're at the end of this thing, but I don't know. How long did it last for you and all?
You know what? It was. I think the steroid shot helped a ton. So if you haven't got one and you have that opportunity, I would recommend it. I felt like shit for a few days. Let's say 2 days before I finally went to the doctor on the third, just because I knew it was going to get worse, and it did. I mean, it was my throat mostly. I mean, I thought I either had something scratched. It was so swollen up in the back, and just red, and it was hard to sleep. Um, I had to take that chloroseptic shit that
Shit
numbs it.
lasts for like 5 seconds.
It doesn't do shit. I sprayed that a bunch and right before bed, and would wake up and it was just on fire. So it took a bunch of ibuprofen. They told me to do that. They gave me the steroid shot. So I would say before I went to the doctor, probably 3 days of just feeling progressively worse. Like you said, that first day was like, oh fuck, I'm getting sick, and then it just got worse. And then after the shot, probably felt better in a day or two.
I hear you. I'm probably not going to. I try to avoid doctors at all costs. I'm not that dumb as like to when like I know I have to go to a doctor, I will go, but I try to avoid that shit for the most part if I can.
I'm the same way. I agree with you. That was just more. I think I never go unless I'm taking the kids, but it was one of those where I felt like such shit. Um,
It might have
I
been
was
worse than what I got. I mean, mine was pretty. It's bad, but maybe I probably should have went earlier if I was going to get a shot.
I was worried I had strep throat, and I was thinking,
That's what it feels like.
yeah, that's what I thought, just because my throat was so bad. But I felt like the flu and the cold with all the other shit. Usually with strep throat, I just have a horrible sore throat and nothing else. Um, Yeah, I mean, that's why I was hoping, like, go to the doctor, they can give you some antibiotics and shit. So that's why I fucking ended up going. But yeah, if you feel worse or your throat gets worse, man, they can give you that steroid shot. Otherwise, ibuprofen and holler at your boy later.
Yeah, the chicken soup seems to be all right, but I did, even though I was sick with COVID, I managed to have sex with a girl this weekend. I don't know, I can't explain it.
Even even through sickness, you managed to have sex. Now, how'd that go?
Well, let me tell you, she was so stupid. She thought Summer's Eve was the night before summer starts.
That's what baby uses, y'all.
Oh, what? Oh, how do you know that, you fucking freakazoid?
Listen, I'm in tune with my baby's femininity, y'all.
Oh, that's disgusting. What's wrong with you fucking
Whis
weirdo?
told me on text he thought it was a shampoo.
I freaked up the dog with it, y'all.
Oh, God, you fucking cracking me up. All right, well, so this weekend was a loss, man, because I actually wanted to get out and, like, go see a game or something like that, man. And then, man, with the sickness, you just can't.
Nah.
That shit whack. You can't do anything. So, except have sex.
You can do that for sure.
Well, with a slut, maybe. Man, had tons of football action. That was one at least thing I had was could watch football, even though, man, I don't even know if I want to bring it up. Even though Bama lost, go ahead and get
Right.
that out of the way. Still, still had football action on. I watched the new Darkside of 2000s. That was before I got sick on last Tuesday. You remember Maxim Magazine? Did you ever have a subscription to Maxim Magazine?
I did, and absolutely fucking love that magazine.
So they had a whole thing on that. It was okay. I don't know if I call it the most riveting piece of work I've ever seen, but it was basically saying it was based on a magazine in London called Loaded, and then FHM was there too in London, and then some guy, I can't remember the fucker's name, but he basically copycatted these magazines and did a little bit, they added some biatches in there, and it went pretty good for a while, and then he sold it basically. So I don't know. Not very interesting, but I guess it was something to. It was, I don't know. There were better ones in this series, I feel like. So,
Did you like Maxim back in the day? It seems like that'd be up your alley.
I did have a subscription too. So, yeah,
Cool.
I think every young man back then, because I was kind of in there pre-internet-ish time.
Yeah, early 2000s. I think mid 2000s even. It was nice because it was a good admixture of like a Playboy and Men's Health. Like not quite as wild or dirty as Playboy is because it wasn't like nudity, but it was like sexy pictures. Whereas, and then Men's Health always had like the extras, like what electronics are great this month, not just health tips, but the health tips kind of got boring and shit. Drink carrot juice, fuck that. So yeah, it was a really cool magazine. Loved it. I thought Maxim was the precursor for FHM. So hey, I learned something new.
Yeah, FHM has been around, actually before them, and that's actually what I thought too. Till I saw the documentary and whatnot. Ugh. So, but hey,
Cool.
You know the deal. Let's go ahead and take calls. All right, so we got Raj in North Khaki.
Raj.
And let's go ahead and go to him.
This is Raj. What up, boss?
Hey, Raj, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey,
I'm
Raj.
doing alright. I need a piece of advice here. How do you get out of the friend zone with a beach? Please tell me this. I will hang up and listen. Have a great show.
What he said, the friend zone, right? How to get out of the friend zone. Well, I've never been in the friend zone. And so the piece of advice I would give you is just don't get in the friend zone to begin with. I've had a couple of bitches try to put me in the friend zone. I'm not going to lie. But what I did at that point was just stop talking to them. Because if you get in the friend zone, that's your own damn fault. You should know better. So if they try to put you in the friend zone, just fucking go to the next one. That's my advice.
Yeah, I co-sign that advice. It's simple enough. The friend zone's a choice. Totally a choice. If you know there's nothing there, Raj, but you decide to stick around for friendship, it's not going to work. There's just no. I mean, no, you can't do that. So, yeah, Grant Mills, you nailed that. 1 for 1 as always, 100% so far. Yeah, just don't do it. Move on.
Come on, just never give her out your money and everything.
Yeah, don't take that advice.
Yeah, that's the word. Any young man out there, don't listen to Whis Creever's marriage tips, please. Don't take the long way home.
I will pay friends up, bitch.
Yeah, with a lot of pain and suffering.
No. I'm talking about brain lucky.
Yeah, you need to calm down.
He takes it personal.
You shut up.
All right. Yeah, all right. So, Raj, I hope you're not in the friend zone, buddy. But if you are in the friend zone, which it sounds like he is, I mean, just stop talking to her, man. That's basically it. I mean, I guess I already said that, but yeah.
I mean, you can even just be straight up with her, like, hey, I was hoping for something more with you. And if she comes back with, well, I just want to be friends, be like, thanks, but no thanks. And then just move on. Cut your losses. I mean, there's just nothing there. You're not going to gain anything by staying friends with someone that you have a romantic interest in, Raj. So keep us updated on that.
Yeah, Raj, keep us updated, man. Keep your head up there, man. All right. Who else we got? Let's go ahead and go to Jerry in Knoxville, Tennessee. knew that motherfucker was going to call in and say some shit.
Fucking asshole.
I hope they play some booty ass team. Anyway, so that's okay. All right. Just because they got one loss, it's not the best, but we also ain't out here playing Cal or, some booty ass team. And it's early in the season, so I think there's still time.
If you're going to lose early.
Right. So the game itself, man, do you think they should have benched Milroe and put in someone else? Or obviously, I guess now we could say that it would be.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I do a pretty deep dive when I watch football, and I even got to a point where I was like taking notes, and I don't know what I'm going to do, fax them to the Alabama coaching staff. But the game just got progressively worse, and it got worse in a hurry. I mean, if you go back and you watch, Alabama's defense did really well on the first drive. Defense actually did well in the first half, holding them to, I think it was 13 by the end of the first half. I think they just got ran down towards the end. So, but with Milroe, yeah, I mean, he needed to be benched. His throws were really, really bad. People have criticized both ends of it, and there was a point where he just was getting a lot of pressure. Even then, he had several opportunities to make good plays. There was a crucial first down that they needed to make on a third down. And just a really, really poor pass. He had plenty of time in the pocket to make it. Bad overthrown pass. Prentice saved him on one reception where he pulled the ball from the ground. Bad pass. Then he had Jace McClellan out in the flat, wide open on a wheel route for a touchdown that, I mean, any quarterback would have made that, and that was easy touchdown. There's no mistakes on that. You look at his interceptions he threw; he was not pressured at those times. He just made bad terrible coverage reads, and he should have thrown two other interceptions. One was tipped in the end zone for a touchdown before a penalty brought it back, but that should have been a pick, and there was another pick that was dropped. So. I mean, worst case, the thing with that is, too, there's no best case scenario. You can't say, well, if this changed, he would have been better. He wouldn't have been. They could have had 4 interceptions on him. Easy. So, yeah, I didn't want to go into a deep dive, but it's been scratching my itch, and fuck you, Jerry. Yeah, I mean, they should have. And they asked Saban that question, and he said he considered it, but he came back out and got hot, and he thought that would gain his confidence back. But you're already lost the momentum. You're losing the game. What would it have hurt to try your number 2? And especially after a whole offseason of quarterback battle, making it seem seemingly close. If it's that close, then try the other motherfucker because he's not that far behind, right?
Yeah, I think at a certain point you probably needed to there, but I don't know. Probably have got more football sense than me when it comes to that, but I probably would have benched him too.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it, I mean, just playing a couple of years and obviously not at a D1 level, but being around coaching environments at times. And, I think it's the case for all sports. I think when you've lost, I think it's also player different. There's some players like Bryce Young and even a Tim Tebow are just very cool and collected. And I think they look at each drive individually like, okay, that drive didn't go my way. Let's do another drive. I can't say this for Milroe. I don't know him personally, but just watching him, I think he takes that with him, if that makes sense. He doesn't just let the bad drive stay on the field and come back and try again. He tries to go make up for it. Like, oh shit, that pass was terrible. Let me force some other passes to show people I'm not a bad passer. And then he throws a fucking other interception. I don't know. It just seems like he gets that chip on his shoulder, in not a good way. So, yeah, I would have. Long answer short, too long didn't read. I would have benched him. I imagine they're going to start him next week against South Florida. But to me, I would get some reps to another guy.
Yep. Hey yo, let's go ahead and go to Harriet in T-Town.
Yes, Harry, I just want to say that I don't bitch Jared Kirschenberger. Look, there was one game. Bama coming back, fool. You don't even know who did y'all play, Austin Peay? Y'all ain't shit. We behind the bell real team, dumbasses. We coming back. Tennessee ain't shit. Y'all will see. Just wait. Roll Tide, baby.
Harry was spicy. Harry was spicy about that loss.
Yeah.
Well, I
It was
can't blame
coming.
her. And for Jerry acting a damn fool, that's all right. It's like she said. They played Duncan Austin P. Like when do they play somebody? I don't even know the schedule, but when they play a real team, then we'll see. We'll see what old Jerry has to say then. Or is he going to be hiding out in his little cave there? Jerry!
Talking that shit.
Jerry Kirsten. Let's go ahead and go to Mark in Las Vegas.
This is Mark from Vegas. Hey, man, what do you think about the Raiders, man? They won this past week. You think they're going to have a good chance of seeing Jimmy G, man? What do you think of them? I think they're going to do well. They beat Denver. Tell me your thoughts. I'll hang up and listen, man. Great show.
They beat Denver. Denver sucked. And they beat them by like 1 fucking point. So, I don't care. I already told you, man. I mean, I guess I'm still a Raiders fan, but I'm rooting for somebody else. The Bills. Did you have your pro team yet, Wiggy? What about the Dolphins, man?
Dolphins got to be up there. I think they got 5 Bama guys. Dolphins would be up there. They've got a friend of mine sent me a list of former Bama players. In Miami, I've been down that way. I haven't been to Miami, been to Palm Beach. So maybe. Big Tua fan. He had quite a day. I'm still on standby for that.
All righty then. Jimmy G, whatever. He didn't look that great, And Russell Wilson and that whole Denver, I don't know what's going on with that. Hearing different things. I don't think it's going to go very good for him. But he got a ton of money and whatever. He didn't even win like 1 or 2 Super Bowls. I don't know. Something like that. So, hey, that's pretty good. Get your money.
Get your money.
Let your money mine. But I don't mean the Raiders are going to do anything. I told you, they're cursed, all right?
Cursed. Always have been.
So, we'll see. The season has just begun. And I need to probably put some bets in, but I probably shouldn't either because that's a dicey road. And I'm not really a gambling man, if you will. But I know some folks like to do that. So, man, shit, if I had money, I would. That might be fun. Just money to burn. Unfortunately, that I do not have, folks. Well, let's do this. Let's take a quick break and get your drugs, get your drinks, take your piss, shit, and we'll be back right after this. let's go ahead and get into some news, everyone. All right. So what's going on out there in the weird, wacky land of the odd and funny and strange? Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Yoga class meditation exercise confused for a mass murder scene. Wait, ritual mass murder scene. By Ben Hooper, the article is. Police descended on a community space in Britain where some local dog walkers mistook a yoga class group meditation exercise for the results of a ritual mass murder. The Seascape Cafe at the North Sea Observatory in Chapel St. Leonard's, England, detailed the unusual incident in a Facebook post. Quote, if anyone heard the mass police sirens in Chapel St. Leonard's at 9:30 p.m. last night, then please be reassured, the post said. They're on their way to the observatory after someone reported a mass killing in our building. Having seen several people laying on the floor, which actually turned out to be the yoga class in meditation. Dear general public, please be mindful that the observatory has lots of yoga classes happening in the evenings. We are not a part of any mad cult or crazy clubs, the post said. The class teacher, Millie Laws, wrote on her Unity Yoga Facebook page that the police were called when some local dog walkers mistook the scene for a ritual mass murder. Laws said the class had already dispersed by the time the police arrived at the building. She says she learned about the police's visit on a phone call from the building's manager. I was very shocked. She told CNN, quote unquote, it was so unreal, and I didn't quite believe it was true, quote, end quote, wait, quote. I have spoken to most of the people who took part, and they have just said how mad it is. They're all participating in a beautiful, deep relaxation, and it could have never run through any of our minds. This could be taken in this way, end quote. A police representative confirmed officers were called to the building for what turned out to be a mistake. Quote, a call was made following concerns for the occupants of the North Sea Observatory at Chapel St. Leonard's. Officers attended. We're happy to report everyone is safe and well. The call was made with good intentions. Oh, end quote. So, well, that's good. These days, I guess you never know, but mass murder, man, that would not have been cool. My thing is, I don't know. I would have been like, I don't know about mass murder, maybe mass suicide, or didn't see a bunch of blood anywhere or anything. I wouldn't have thought. So why wouldn't they thought it would have been a mass suicide, like Heaven's Gate or something?
Jonestown.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Got some video game news going on in the hell. Epic Chief Fortnite lore master Donald Mustard leaving the company. I put that one in there for you. I know you love mustard. Zach Zwingzing. Donald Mustard is leaving Epic Games. Mustard was a driving force behind Fortnite's success and the chief creative officer at Epic Games for the last 7 years. On September 8th, via a post on Twitter, Mustard announced the surprising news, explaining that after an incredible adventure, he was retiring from his role as CCO at Epic later this month. After an incredible adventure, I will be retiring from my role as Chief Creative Officer at Epic this month. I have enjoyed nearly 25 years in the game industry, collaborating with collaborating with some of the most talented people ever, and I am so proud that I'm so proud of what we have made together. From the ambitious Advent Rising to the start of CH Air, we created blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read all this shit. Anyway, so he's retiring. And I guess his big thing was Fortnite, which was an epic game, I guess.
Yeah, fucking huge.
I don't, not a big Fortniter. And the only reason I did this story is because his last name was Mustard. So
And it
there you
makes
go,
me
folks.
laugh. So thank you. Because we have a friend, Big Mustard, and he was sick too. So I hope he, shout out to Big Mustard. Hope you're getting well. I don't think he's related to Donald Mustard because they're not the same mustard people. So
That's right. I think Big Mustard is.
his
I don't
last
know.
his last name's actually not Mustard, but he's also black. So
His first name Dijon.
yeah.
What else is going on? You might want to know after that story. Oh.
Anything.
Let's see. I got one about a bodybuilder, a bodybuilding chef. A bodybuilding chef chops cucumber blindfolded for a world record. This one's by Ben Hooper as well. A Canadian chef. This one's on YouTube too. A Canadian chef known for his knife skills broke a Guinness World Record by chopping 166 slices of cucumbers in 30 seconds while wearing a blindfold. Wallace Wong, a chef and bodybuilder known as a six-pack chef on TikTok, put his chopping skills to the test for an episode of Guinness World Records Italian TV show Lo Show de Record. Wong donned a blindfold and chopped some long strips of half cucumber into 166 slices in a 30-second time period. Wong, who has previously appeared on TV shows including Fridge Wars, Top Chef Canada, and Chopped Canada, said surviving a bout with cancer at age 17 inspired him to overcome obesity and set goals for his bodybuilding and cooking careers. Quote, I would say cancer's been the best thing that ever happened to me, end quote, Wong told Guinness World Records. Quote, when you've experienced the thought and feeling of not having it tomorrow, you change your whole mindset, end quote. Okay, and I guess that inspires you to cut up cucumbers in a very fast time.
You know what though? I can respect that record. It's the outcome, you just chopped a bunch of cucumbers, but it's still talent. There's some risk involved. You know, you need your fingers because you're going to be blindfolded. And it was for a good cause. So I tip my hat to that one.
Tip my hat to the cucumber man.
Absolutely. Every time.
What else is going on? We got a Beyonce story. I know you love Beyonce.
Love
a
it.
Beyonce fan goes into labor during California concert, also by Ben Hooper. A Beyonce concert in California became extra memorable for one fan. She went into labor during a superstar's performance. Sarah Frances Jones, an actor and dancer who had appeared in films including Honey and Hairspray, said her and her partner, the neighborhood actor Marcel Spears, were attending Beyonce's concert Monday night at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood when she started having contractions a few days before her due date. She said, something's happening, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, baby Nola arrived on September 5th, missing out on Beyonce's September 4th birthday. Who cares about this shit? You're stupid. Why are you going to go to a fucking Beyonce concert when you're very pregnant? You're an idiot. Fuck you and your stupid ass kid. Dumbass name, Nola. Shut the fuck up. Stupid. I don't even like Beyonce anyway, man. She sucks. She's a fucking idiot. Oh, all the single ladies, all the thing, and you know all that dumb shit, boss bitch shit. And guess what? She's married to Jay-Z. She's married. She has a family. Like she doesn't. Like, I don't this shit. I don't even get on my shit about her, but she's a fucking idiot. You stank, Beyonce. Fuck you. And fuck all your fans too.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I don't give a fuck about Beyonce. I never liked Beyonce, dog. Fuck her, dude. Her shit sucks, man. She's an idiot, and her fans are idiots too.
Yeah,
so whatever.
Definitely. I don't understand why anybody, when you're very pregnant, like you said, goes out anywhere in massive humanity spaces to carnivals or concerts, sports games. I mean, if you're that pregnant, I'm guessing probably 7.5 months, 8 months or after. I'm sure there's some guidelines somewhere. You're just being irresponsible at that point.
But at a Beyonce, of all places, Jesus.
Yep.
Come on, man. Beyonce. God, man. What a fucking worthless trick. You suck. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to something else. I don't want to talk about stupid ass Beyonce shit. She's an idiot. That's pretty much it for the fucking news, man. There's nothing else here.
You just held up the paper you wrote it on and burned it after the Beyonce.
I'm just the stupidity in this world, man. You know, and she's part of the stupidity. Okay,
I agree with that.
don't be up here rapping about equal women power shit when you're not even that. Like you're traditional. You got a family with Jay-Z. He cheated on you once and you stayed. So shut up. Shut up. All you're trying to do is sell records under some false shit. So fuck you. You're an idiot. You're trash. So that's it for the for the news. I don't really have anything else. There's nothing really weird going on. Man, I know we got a game review that's going to be happening.
Ooh.
And now this game is an older game, so I'm going back to the vintage stuff here for right now because I think the last game that I reviewed was new. Yeah, it was Dead Cell, so that was a newer game. And so we're going to get into vintage video game review. We're going back to the Sierra games. So this one we did Police Quest 4 Open Season. Now this game, like I said, Sierra title, released 1993, November. It's a police procedural point-and-click adventure video game developed and published by Sierra Online. It's the fourth installment in the Police Quest series, departing from the fictional universe of Lighton, California. From the first three installments, Open Season follows police detective John Carey as he investigates a series of brutal murders in Los Angeles. This game was produced in cooperation with former Los Angeles Police Department Chief Daryl F. Gates, placing former California Highway Patrol Officer Jim Walls, who left Sierra around 1991. Open Season was well received by critics, but underperformed compared to previous entries. An updated CD version was released in 1996. An indirect sequel and spin-off, Police Quest SWAT, was released in 1995. Yeah. So this is a point-and-click game, basically, like a lot of the Sierra games were in this era. It uses icons for walking, speaking, using, looking, rather than a text parsing system using the first two games. The mouse is used to select and interact with objects from the game world and the player's inventory, as well as to direct the player character around the various environments. Like previous Police Quest games, Open Season places emphasis on following proper police procedure, with penalties for failing to do so. They extend from actions to how the player treats certain characters. For example, the player choosing to harass female characters will eventually lead to a game over. Most of the game uses full motion video, with most characters being video recordings of actors and most background being edited photographs of real locations in LA, such as the interior of the Parker Center. Written text replaced by audio narration and dialogue in the 1996 CD version. So I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to break it down a little bit. So I'm going to go graphics and sound for the era. It's about a 4 out of 5. The game's VGA graphics are a significant upgrade from the last ones, providing a gritty and immersive atmosphere. The voice acting is a highlight with believable performances that enhance the storytelling in the game. So when it comes to gameplay, this game takes more of a casual approach to gameplay compared to the previous ones. The shift in gameplay style might disappoint some longtime fans, but opens the door to a bigger audience. Also has puzzles, and they're well designed, often requiring creative problem solving. That's about a 3.5 as far as gameplay goes. Story and narrative. Now, this is probably the strongest aspect of the game. You play Detective John Carey, who is embroiled in a series of gruesome murders. The story is dark and mature, dealing with disturbing themes and keeps you engaged. From the beginning to the end, the writing is top notch, featuring complex characters and a plot that constantly twists and turns. The game doesn't shy away from any sensitive subjects, which adds depth and authenticity to the narrative. I'll give it about a 4 out of 5 with that. So, replayability as well. While it does have an engaging story, it may lack replay value for some players once they've experienced the gripping plot. However, it's worth revisiting for those who appreciate well crafted narratives and want to explore different choices and consequences. So, in conclusion, I want to give this bad boy 3.5. And I would say definitely check it out if you haven't. You know, when it comes to replayability, this is one of those where you probably play it and you're done with it, unless there's something weird about it that you like. But in my experience, the only games that I really replay after I don't know, because sports games are a little bit different when you're talking about beating a game. If you beat a sports game, it's different than an adventure game. Sports games and games of that nature have way more uh, I guess replayability, if you could call it that, because it's not the same type of game. So it's like rereading a book, you know,
Yeah,
when you're talking about an adventure game, unless you have multiple outcomes that you
the
can kind of fuck with.
the point and click games are tough. I actually did a review on another podcast and learned something about the point and click games. There was a couple of called Mac Venture games, Deja Vu, Uninvited. I actually looked into Uninvited because it was a cool game, real scary game. Loved it. I didn't realize that was an early Nintendo point and click game. Police Quest, I actually had Police Quest SWAT. I didn't have Open Season. But familiar, similar gameplay. SWAT, I think, was 95. But yeah, that's the problem with the point and click game, though, because especially this early game environment, they're fun. But once you kind of solve that puzzle that moves the game forward, you already know what it is. So that's kind of where it takes that value from. If you're playing a game that's in real time, the sports game, obviously, that's a unique challenge in itself. But there's a lot more replay factor. The point and click games, man, as much as I love them and I thought it was a really fun game, when it goes back to replaying, I think Police Quest SWAT, I burned through it one time and never tried it again.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, that's just kind of how it goes, man. Unless you just really like the game, you know.
Yeah, there
For
was
some reason.
yeah, and it's tough too because you got to give them credit. They were using a lot of video. There was a hunting game like that one time, and I cannot remember what it was called. And I thought I was into hunting for a while. I went through a redneck phase, but it was point and click. Like, usually even Oregon Trail was more advanced than this piece of shit. It was like beautiful graphics, but once you played it, the deer popped out in the same spot every fucking time. You're like, you know where he's gonna pop out, so you just put your cursor there and you shoot him. And like, if you shot and put your cursor on him, the same animation would happen. He would just like roll over, and it'd be like, "Oh, you shot the deer. That's great." Whatever the fuck it said. But if you missed it, like, it would swap into another video, and he would run away and shit. Those live action full motion video capture games were really funny. They were trying to be peak technology back then, but some of the transitions, if you goofed up or something, were really, really poorly done. But it was cool. It was early and they were trying shit, so respect to that.
Hell yeah, man. Oh. So yeah, go check out that game. It's pretty cool. And yeah, why not?
Yeah.
3.5 is a good a good rating. So yep. Yep.
Yep.
Man, we gotta do picks, man.
We do have to do picks. Let's see. What do we got for last week's results? All you sports fans out there, we did our NFL. There we go. Hitting them hard. We did our NFL picks, I think 2 podcasts ago. NFL picks, man, I am fucking embarrassed. I came in last 7. Now, what's happening with the Jets and the Bills right now? Do we have a score update on that?
16-22, the Jets.
They
And that's
won it?
surprising. Yeah, OT.
Okay.
Aaron got hurt early
Saw
on.
that. Yeah.
So looks like Zach Wilson pulled it out. Man, that's kind of disappointing. I know I didn't pick the Jets.
You did not pick the Jets. Whis and I both did, so that'll update our score. I was 8 last week on NFL picks. 2 weeks ago. Grant Mills, you were in the middle between me and Whis, 10, and loathe me to say such a thing. Whis got 12 NFL picks right.
Dude, he picked against what the fuck? I think he picked a couple that were like upsets.
He picked a lot of upsets.
I think he picked Cleveland, which fucking that was an upset. What the fuck?
He picked Cleveland. He picked ATL.
Yeah. Damn it.
I'm genius, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know about that, but damn, you got lucky.
Yeah, he had some good upsets there. So why don't let's see. I got the NCAA too. Should we go ahead and just do the NFL picks, then mosey on into NCAA, or
however, we can do either way. I don't care.
so? Tell you what, I'll go ahead and recap, and then let's see. So what was NCAA picks? Let me turn to my trusty notebook. This is more accurate. Grant Mills, 8 out of 10 on our NCAA picks. We've been doing 10 pick'ems. Jay Wiggy, 7 out of 10, respectable C. And Whis, 5 out of 10. 50, that's an F.
Damn.
I know it. So but those NFL picks, so we gotta tip the hat to Whis on that. He should have went to the betting parlor.
Should have done something.
Yeah. Better than spending all that time with baby.
Shut your mouth.
I knew it was coming.
All right, we're going to do NFL picks and then I guess college picks. So Thursday, September the 14th, we have Minnesota at Philadelphia. Who you got?
I'm going to go Philly.
I'm going Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh, Philly, yeah.
All right, and we'll do Sunday, Green Bay at Atlanta.
Go ATL.
I'm going Green Bay on that.
ATL, yeah.
Vegas at Buffalo.
I'm going to go Buffalo.
I'm going Buffalo.
No, I'm Vegas, yeah.
Baltimore at Cincinnati.
I'll go Cincy.
I'm going Cincy.
No, I'm Baltimore, yeah.
Seattle at Detroit.
I'll go Seattle.
I think I'm going to go Detroit on this.
Man.
I know they're cursed, but I just don't. I don't know.
I get it.
No, Seattle, yeah.
Los Angeles Chargers at Tennessee.
Ooh, I'm going to go Chargers.
I'm going to go Chargers as well.
I'm going Tennessee, yeah.
All right.
Chicago at Tampa Bay.
TB.
Yeah, I want Tampa as well.
I think Justin Fields is going to come back on this one, yeah. Chicago.
It's Kansas City at Jacksonville. That's going to be a good one.
I think that'll be a good one. I'm going to actually pull Jacksonville on this one.
I think Kansas City will come back.
I'm going Jacksonville, yeah. Duval.
Damn.
What's gotten into you, man? Quit. Whis must have got some pussy last night.
Hey, I get pussy every night, yeah.
Okay.
Indianapolis at Houston.
Ooh, I'm going to go Houston.
Didn't AR get hurt?
Yeah, I think so. But
Is he out next game? Do you know?
I need to look. I don't. I saw that, but I don't know.
Damn.
Houston.
This is
Indy
a
let
hard
me
one.
down. So yeah, I mean, I don't.
I want to go Houston.
I'm going Indianapolis,
San Francisco at Los Angeles Rams.
I'm gonna go San Fran, and I don't know why.
I'm going San Fran too.
I'm going LA Ramsey.
New York Giants at Arizona.
Arizona.
Man, that's a bad game.
Giants got manhandled.
Damn.
It's embarrassing.
I want to go Arizona too.
I'm going New York Jets.
New York Jets at Dallas.
I'm gonna go Dallas.
I'm going Dallas too.
New York Jets, yeah.
Washington at Denver.
Ooh, Denver's gonna have Jerry Jeudy back. Don't know if that's gonna make much of a difference. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go say Denver.
Going Washington.
Oh, Denver, yeah.
And Miami at New England.
Miami.
I'm going MIA, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Miami too. And then we have a doubleheader on Monday, it looks like.
Ooh.
New Orleans at Carolina.
Carolina, Bryce Young.
I'm going to go Carolina.
I'm going yeah.
I saw Bryce Young threw his first touchdown. The dude threw it out in the stands. Did you see that shit?
I did not see that shit. Damn it. That one,
Yeah.
I bet you wanted that ball.
Yeah, I flipped on it right when it happened, and I think it was the tight end, big old white dude. Got to be a tight end, right? And Bryce Young's first career touchdown. He tossed it. Dude tiptoes in the end zone and like chucks it out into the fans.
Damn.
Man, funny shit.
Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
I'll go Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going Cleveland.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the home team. Cleveland, yeah.
All right, so those are those picks. Now you can go ahead and get into the NC double picks.
NC double picks. Let me turn my page. Boom. We don't have a great lineup of games this week. I know it's the first 3 weeks, but man, I'm going to go with ESPN's lineup, and then if I see anything interesting, but it feels like usually by week 3 we have better games. I don't know what it is playing on the cupcakes early and often. First game they've got for the week, Kansas State 2-0 at Missouri 2-0. I'm going to go Kansas State on
that. Kansas State.
Oh, Kansas State, yeah.
Okay, yes, this one should be a pretty good matchup. LSU at Mississippi State, both 2-0, still early. I've got LSU on that one.
LSU.
I think Mississippi State's going to put them upset, yeah.
You never know. You never know. This one could be a good game. This is Minnesota Golden Gophers 2-0 versus number 20 North Kakalaki Tar Heels. I'll go NC. Who you got?
On North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
North Kakalaki, one of our favorite games. Good rivalry SEC game. Jerry will be watching Tennessee at the Florida Gators.
Oh, damn. I think Tennessee's going to win.
Yeah, I hate picking. Florida's really bad, and I think they're going to have to fire Napier by the end of the year. But, yeah, I'm going to go Tennessee, too. Hate doing it.
I know, Florida, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad pick.
That's a terrible pick. Let's see who else we got. We got TCU going against Houston, which I actually think will be a pretty good game. Good offense on that game. Who you got, Grant Mills, TCU or Houston?
I'll go TCU.
I think I'm going to go TCU as well.
Well, Houston, yeah, H-Town down.
All right, that's good.
What?
Yeah, that's a great pick right there.
I usually say A-Town down, not H-Town down. Idiot.
Whis don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Good night, I swear. We got Georgia Tech at Ole Miss. I think this is actually going to be a pretty decent game. Georgia Tech hasn't been horrible this year. Ole Miss kind of look a little shaky. Who you got on that one? Georgia Tech, Ole Miss, Grant Mills.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. I'm going to go with Lane Kiffin as well and the Rebs.
I'm going Georgia Tech, yeah.
GT. Now, Whis has pulled some upsets, but that was on the professional level. Let's see if that translates over to NC double next week. We also got a early rivalry game. I think it's one-sided, but it's a big game to make the Buffs 3-0 if they win. Colorado State at Colorado. Who you got, Grant Mills? Primetime?
Oh, yeah. Colorado.
Colorado it is. I agree with the Buffs as well. Whis, who you got?
Leon, yeah.
All right, Colorado for Whis as well. Let's see. I'm going through the matchups tonight. Number 8, Washington at Michigan State. That actually is a pretty decent matchup. Who you got on Huskies versus the Spartans?
I'll go Washington on that.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go the Huskies as well.
I'm going to Washington, yeah, because I love Huskies.
Thought you liked Great Danes.
I love all dogs, yeah. All dogs go to heaven, yeah.
All right, well, I'll trust you on that. We got 2 more. We didn't have a talk, yeah. South. I don't know why the one time I called in, you know. South Carolina at Georgia. I think South Carolina is going to give them a little heat, but I don't know if I'm going to pick South Kakalaki. What do you say, Grant Mills?
What? They playing Georgia?
Yeah,
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah. Georgia, come on.
South Carolina always plays them pretty tough for some reason. I don't know why. It's at Georgia. I think if it was at South Carolina, it'd be a little closer. I think they'll bring some heat, but I think Georgia steps away. I'm going to go Georgia. Whis, who you got?
Georgia.
I figured you would. They got the Bulldogs there. All right. And one more. There is not a lot of big matchups this week. I'm trying to find it. You know, we got Alabama has got South Florida, so that's going to be a gimme game. Let's see if we got something better than that. You know what? This is a good one. UNLV, they just lost to Michigan. Vanderbilt is playing at UNLV. That's weird seeing Vandy play in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. But Vanderbilt at UNLV at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Tickets are actually $35 for the cheapest one. So who you got on that one?
Vanderbilt.
Vandy. I'll go SEC on that one too, Vandy. And Whis.
UNLV, yeah.
That could be a good pick. They played Michigan pretty tough until they got smashed. All right, that is our 10 NCAA picks this week. We've got mostly one-sided cupcake games, probably some good tune-up games for big teams. We need Bama to definitely get back on track. That was an ugly game. You know what really took the air out of my sails in that game? Usually I can find something positive to say about a Bama team, and if they just lost, that's one thing, but I think Bama was worse than Texas was good. Don't get me wrong, Texas played a hell of a damn game. No, Sark's a great coach, but I cannot find one positive aspect that Alabama did in that ball game. Not one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that. I don't know what else to say.
And there really isn't anything. I mean, it's kind of back to the drawing board for that. I mean, I think the score was 34-24, and honestly, it shouldn't have even been that. I mean, the way they played and what could have been, and a little bit of luck on the draw, I mean, that should have been a 42-17, 42-10 game. I mean, Alabama really struggled on all sides of the ball, and that's disappointing. Every position group struggled. Secondary got picked on. Linebackers allowed runs up the middle. Defensive line had no pressure. Offensive line allowed pressure. Jalen Milroe couldn't throw to save his life. Rushing yards, I think the leading rusher was less than 60 yards. Receivers, I think they did what they could with what they were given, but nothing really stood out besides Burton, who ran down a Jalen Milroe Hail Mary, basically, and caught that. But yeah, so going forward with Bama, I think they just have to go back to square one. And for all you Bama fans out there, Harriet, I know you're listening in. I don't think the season is quite over, but I do think there's going to be a lot of adjustments that need to be made if they're going to even be in a division race, much less a conference, and much less a playoff. So we'll keep our eye out.
Well, he needs to learn um, when to check down, when to pull it down and run, um, and when to throw it. You're not going to go just one read and then tuck the ball. You need to go through your reads. And like I said, man, usually the problem with quarterbacks is they don't read progression isn't there. They don't know when to check down. They try to go for the big play when they need to check down. Um, Overall accuracy, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, man, being calm and collected. I think he's a rookie. So, well, I don't know if he's a rookie, but he's how long has he been there? 2 years, 3? It
He's
might be
got
more. I don't know.
he might be a redshirt sophomore. If that, he can't be a junior.
Yeah, so
If he's a junior, they shouldn't be starting him.
he just needs more experience, and you know,
That's a good point, though. That's the problem with being a mobile quarterback that can run well, is because you're always going to be itching to run because you know you can and you can do it well, but you can't do it every time. You're not going to sell it. Nobody's fooled because you're usually not running to the left if you're right-handed. You're going to run to your dominant side, and they're going to spy. And Texas had a spy on him most all night and shut it down. He had some pretty decent runs, but man, a lot of those were just plain athleticism. Uh, Moving as quick as he can, and they should have been sacks, and he just escaped. So that's the really big problem with a mobile quarterback. And you saw it with Jalen Hurts, and Jalen, to his credit, got better and got out of that for the most part. But I think going to Oklahoma helped his transition. But with Milroe, yeah, he's really, really bad about, and he wasn't early on in the game. He got gun shy after that pick, but man, that was just a terrible coverage read. And then he made another pick that was the same. I mean, the guy was just to his left. The first pick, the guy was just sitting there in zone. He didn't see him. He throws in. I mean, it wasn't even like a fight for the ball. I mean, it was literally like he was throwing to that guy. So it's good that they have South Florida. Again, Harriet, this is more for you because I know you're listening, and all you other Alabama fans. I wouldn't fret. Saban has a really talented team under him. He's got a lot of players. I don't know if his coaching staff is really talented. I wouldn't go that far, but man, Kevin Steele should have dialed up some pressure. He didn't really do that. Tommy Reese, I don't know what the fuck he was calling. Those play calls were awful.
yeah, it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good. But I don't think that's going to be the end of Alabama for the year. I think they've got lose early. That you can make adjustments early. It's hard to make them down the line. But in bright side, man, Colorado, they are looking fantastic.
They're looking good, and man, Dion is out there doing it. It's going to be an interesting season for them, and I'm really curious to see what happens when they play some real competition. TCU isn't real. Oh, that was a good game, but
yeah, I agree with you. I think like a USC would be a good matchup. USC smashed whoever the hell they played this weekend. I think that would be a good matchup to see if they're actually on the level or if they're just dominating less skilled opponents. And it'll be fun. It's going to be fun to see. Cheapest tickets this week, if you're out in Tempe, Arizona, Fresno State is playing Arizona State 9:30 FS1 this Saturday. Tickets are as low as $4. So
whoa, $4.
Yeah, and I think the most expensive team, speak of the devil, Colorado State at Colorado, lowest price ticket I can find is $206 to see prime time. Yeah, Colorado and Colorado State. Can you imagine 2 years ago saying that would be the most expensive game of the week? And it is by far. I think the next one you're going to have. Whoa, this was unexpected. Tickets as low as $173. East Carolina and Appalachian State. Y'all are doing it big. Okay, fair enough.
That'd probably be a pretty decent game, though.
Probably would be a good game. Appalachian State always bring it. The other lowest ticket for Thursday, $4 also, Bethune-Cookman at Miami Hurricanes. So Miami, who just beat Texas A&M. Their fans just don't, man, no love there.
No love.
It should be a good week, though. So I'm looking forward to it. We're back in football season. I'm feeling better. Grant Mills, how are you feeling by the end of the show? You feeling better, or you need to take a rest?
I do feel a bit better, but just hoping by tomorrow I'll be pretty good to go, hopefully. I had an admin day today, which I don't like admin days, but it was pretty low key. I didn't do too much except act like I was doing trainings, but I just let those roll through, man. And I had those stupid quizzes at the end of it. I just be guessing. I hate that shit. I'm a fucking nobody remembers all this shit. So
No, I think it's just a profession. It's insurance for the companies to say that you've done it.
Yeah. Well, we went through the training. I can't believe. That's the reason to fire your ass.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, we put him through the training, and here's the certification that he knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah, they full of shit.
You got anything to cover off on before we start up the Cutlass tonight?
I've got one more thing about college football. Baylor is playing at 11 on Saturday, and they are playing Long Island University Sharks. Who the fuck is Long Island University? Have you ever heard of this team, the Sharks?
I have not. It's got to be a FCS.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody. They have lost. They are 0-2. They lost to Ohio 27-10. They lost to Bryant. Who the fuck is Bryant? 21-10. So Baylor has the Long Island University Sharks scheduled for Saturday at 11. I kind of want to see that. This sounds like a team that you make up at NCAA and do a custom helmet, with those pre-bullshit graphics.
What channel is that on?
That's on Big 12/ESPN Plus. So
okay.
I think I've got ESPN Plus. I don't have no Big 12 network, but I think I've got the ESPN Plus. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to find it because I've got to see what the fuck a Long Island University. If you've heard of Long Island University, give us a shout because we have no idea. Their quarterback is Luca Stanzani, and he is also their leading rusher right now. So
they were 0-2?
They're 0-2, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that's terrible. That's strange. I've never heard of this team. So that's all I've got. You know what? I do have a quote for you guys. Always do sober what you said you would do drunk. That way it will teach you to keep your mouth shut.
Oh, hey,
fire it up.
Oh, God. Man, he always leaves pretty quick. No quotations or anything this time when it comes to baby. Gotta be with baby. You got your meal prep on deck? What's going on?
Meal prep's... Yeah, I'm a little behind on my meal prep. The better half, she went and bought some prepackaged meals that some nutrition store makes. I need to ask her what she got in them, but she bought like 10 meals, 2 a day for lunch and dinner. I need to check out what she got in them, but I have not. I got some chicken already. I have not fired up the grill yet. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, so I'm running behind. I've been eating a lot of pizza pie this weekend, and I'm feeling the effects, so I got to eat clean this week.
Pizza pie. You got any out-of-town appointments lined up?
I'm trying to keep it low-key. I'm like you. I'm not feeling it this week. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm still getting over it, but I may just take a Friday off just for the fuck of it. So nothing out of town yet. That can change. Like I said, I went to Florida last week at the last minute. So if something else comes up down there, I may have to run down there for a night. But hey, I'll sneak in a beach trip.
Ooh, maybe you can see some boobs.
Ooh, that's what I want to see. If you go in one place I know down there, you can see all the boobs.
All the boobs.
Brody, get in the cello.
Yeah, baby, yeah. All right. Well, god damn it, another one in the books tonight, everyone. Go ahead and hit that fucking subscribe button. Follow the show. Woo! Oh, man. So I hope you check out the old episodes as well. Now, we're also on all the streaming platforms, iTunes, Amazon Music, Google Podcast. There's other ones, iHeartRadio,
Podbean,
Spotify. So we're on all those. Check out the old episodes. Man, I hope all you guys have a great week. This week coming up, it's going to be a good one, I feel, everyone. So do what you do. Got games coming up this week. Of course. It's going to be a good one, y'all. I'm going to leave you guys with a Tom Arnold quote. Marriage is like a deck of cards. In the beginning, all you need is 2 hearts and a diamond. By the end, you're looking for a club and a spade. All right, y'all, we're getting the fuck up out of here. Come back next Monday, 9:30 in the dirty. Yeah, you know how we do. Smoke it up.